Hi, this is the History of Israel podcast, an Eat My Own Beat podcast. Over the coming weeks, months, and years, we'll be discussing the history of Israel. This is not a podcast to say which side is right, which side is wrong. It's not a podcast to talk about the war which is happening in Palestine. It's just simply the history of Israel.
Welcome back to episode 18 of the History of Israel podcast. The Hasmonean Civil War. After Solomon Alexander died in 67 BCE, Hyrcanus, her elder son, was entitled to assume the throne and was already acting as high priest. However, Aristobulus II, her younger son, was more energetic and determined to become king. Aristobulus gathered an army to attack Jerusalem, forcing Hyrcanus to abdicate the crown. The abdication was formally carried out in the temple, and Aristobulus' son Alexander married Hyrcanus' daughter. Alexandra, however, Antipater, an Edomite noble who served as Hyrcanus' advisor, convinced him to give up his throne. To give up the throne was a mistake, and he needed to be undone. Along with Arestus III, king of the Nabateans, these two formed an alliance together and they attacked and besieged Jerusalem. During the same period, Roman general Pompey was in the midst of a campaign in the northeastern Mediterranean. After defeating Mithridates VI of Pontus, Pompey conquered the Seleucid kingdom, which became a Roman province called Syria. The worrying brothers, who saw a mighty army camped near him, appealed to Pompey to decide between them. Three delegations then appeared before Pompey, one sent by Aristobulus, one sent by Hyrcanus, and the other by the people, who demanded to abolish the Hasmonean dynasty, which he had transformed the rule of the priests into the rule of the kings. Pompey heard the delegations but refrained from deciding. Eventually, in 63 BC, Pompey invaded Judea, conquered Jerusalem, desecrated the Holy of Holies, imprisoned Aristobulus, declared Hyrcanus an ethnarch, a title inferior to the title king. Judea then became a vassal kingdom of the Roman Republic.
This has been the History of Israel podcast. Check back every Wednesday for new episodes. We're available on Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, as well as Spotify. We also have each episode streaming on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. We're available on eatmyownbeat.com as well as the History of Israel podcast on Facebook.